Hey everyone, Jamie Kindred here, your Community Programs and Projects Coordinator for the City of Hondo, and this is Get to Know Hondo. Each month, it is my pleasure to sit down with one of our city staff and just get to know them a little bit, find out what they do for the city, find out what they do on their free time, and just give you the opportunity to get to know some of our staff behind the scenes. And today, I am incredibly excited to sit down with my sweet friend, Josh Rodriguez. Josh is our IT manager here at the city, and we were just talking about how long you have been with the city. So how long has it been?
Yeah, so it's back in February 2022. It will be 14 years.
14 years.
Long years I've been, it's been a roller coaster.
Of course.
Good and bad,
You're a young guy, Josh.
Yes.
So may I ask how old you were when you started with the city?
I was
like 12?
12, yeah. 12, 13 years old, still in diapers.
That's what I thought.
No, but yes, so I started out at the library. One of the things that I wanted to share with, is that we always have to put our foot in the door, whether it's a position that we want or not, and we grow from there.
Sure.
We just have to, wait out the opportunity that comes.
Of course.
So
keep working hard.
Yeah, so funny story. I was actually working at HEB as a night stalker, and the position came open at the library as a computer service tech.
Okay.
And I actually had my associates in CIS, Computer Information Systems.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. And I had support to, move into that, why get a degree if you're not going to use it?
Exactly.
I had a CIS degree. I was stocking groceries. Doesn't really, benefit the degree itself. So I joined on. I saw the application, applied, had the interview. Wonderful people there at the library at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was not offered the job, but they liked me so much to say, hey, we want to bring you on part-time.
Oh, nice.
As a library clerk or library aide.
Oh.
Like, well, that's not really what I wanted to do, but I'm like, I had support, and it's like, well, Josh, it's that one step
that's
in
right.
the door, and fortunately, 1 month later, the position that they had hired the person for, she left, she quit.
Oh my goodness.
So then they're like, well, Josh, you want the job and it's yours, so.
That's amazing. I had no idea.
So sometimes you think you don't get that job, but hey, you get this job and just make work yourself up the ladder.
That's
there's
right.
Just persistence in there. So
taking a chance.
Taking a chance, yeah.
That is so cool. I did not know that story. So then, how long were you at the library?
So I was at the library for almost about 5-6 years.
Oh, really?
5-6 years working there, and then finally transitioned over to the city as the IT and the IT division, so to speak.
Sure.
Now we've grown. We've come a long way. The city when I first came on, there was no structure with IT.
Mm-hmm.
The way IT worked back in the day, when I was here, it was police officers that worked overnight.
Yes,
so,
I remember that.
So if someone had an issue, say my monitor wasn't working, they'd say put a sticky note, and someone at night would come overnight, check your monitor, and in the morning they'd leave you a sticky. Oh, it's fixed, or we have to repair it. And so that's how we had IT back in the day.
Wow. And that really, that wasn't so long ago.
Exactly.
That is bizarre.
And so fortunately now, our city employees are really, I would say privileged in a sense.
Sure.
Because they have IT staff.
Sure.
A lot of other cities, they outsource stuff. So
That's
they have
very
to make
true.
a phone call, and sometimes they don't get a response within 30 minutes, an hour, maybe
a day.
Yeah. We have on staff.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Our IT division has grown to 2 personnel now.
Yep.
Myself and my coworker, my support specialist. So we've been very blessed.
Yes.
I'm here at the city that to be able to help our customers, at a beck and call, so to speak.
Yeah, no kidding. I know whenever I have issues, I call you or Adolfo, and you're both, well, within half an hour, you're over there. Yeah. It's wonderful. I am just amazed. I did not know that's how you started, and that is a wonderful life lesson story. Mm-hmm. I had no idea. What do you love most about what you do?
I love the interaction, and one of the things that my department, my division, is so blessed with having the ability not to just stay in one building.
Sure.
Adolfo's always ready for like a work order. Come on, bring it on. Like,
where do I go?
Where am I going? Because you go and you pick up your favorite drink, a Red Bull, whatever it is, Arizona iced tea, and you get to your side and you drink your, do your thing and resolve the work orders. And sometimes, it can be slow, but then, you know, we work on projects, we work on paperwork. There's just so much that we do.
Sure.
IT in general. So IT in general, we handle everything from the servers, from the computers, from the online services that we have,
The telephones,
you know, to the printers,
Yep.
the projectors, everything,
Yeah.
sound.
And in several different
offices,
locations.
yeah. So we have about maybe like 13 to 15 remote locations that we service day in and day out.
And it's just two of you.
Two of us.
Yeah,
yes.
and you do a fantastic job.
Yeah. So, and what I love about my job is it's not for everybody, but
Of course.
it's you have to be really problem solver.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a problem, and the satisfaction of our job is not, you know, making so much money, but having that you know, that satisfaction that you resolve this issue.
Sure, and the ability.
The ability to do that
Yeah,
as well.
definitely.
You know, and in a sense too, is also my philosophy is to educate persons.
Right.
Now with cybersecurity, one of the main things, I'm pretty sure yourself, Miss Linda, you know, a spam email comes out. I send an email to everyone saying, hey, be aware, please be alert.
Yes,
you know,
and they can look so
so
original.
real,
Yes.
so legit, you know.
Yes.
And you know, this past couple of weeks, I've had like 10 different spam emails from different people saying, hey, they got this and it looks legit, or, you know, can I open it? Can I not click it?
Yeah.
So,
If ever I'm in question, I just don't open it.
yeah, exactly. and that's
That's
not
my
only
way.
for, you know, for us here, but in the personal life, you know, because
Sure.
at home, everyone has Hulu, Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
Amazon, and all those services too. The bad guys just try to exploit that.
Yep.
You know, hey, your Amazon password expired, you know, everything.
Yeah.
So there's just so much that IT revolves around. IT is this big kind of like umbrella
Yes.
that everything else falls into
Yes.
support, you know, and so.
Yeah, and it's getting bigger, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
especially now with ransomware,
Yeah.
cybersecurity, all these things, and everything's going digital, you know?
Right.
So our division is probably one of the most important in the city,
Of course.
because without that, you know, we don't send out your bills. We don't
That's
collect
right.
your payments. We don't collect this. We can't turn on your services. We can't, you know,
That's
so.
right. Jamie
so-
can't talk on the phone.
Exactly. Or we can't even have this, you know,
Yeah, this
you know,
this
on Facebook,
capacity
this
right here,
capacity,
yeah.
Because we'd have to, you know, do it in person or
That's
something.
right.
You know? We wouldn't have the technology, you know, so.
Yeah, very important. What do you find most challenging?
So challenging, I've had a couple of challenges in the past. Is once when, obviously we try to make things work on projects where we can save money.
Sure.
And so one of the things was the library.
Mm-hmm.
The library itself, you know, I got voluntold. You know, they're like, oh, Josh, you're the computer service tech. You can run all the wiring. You can design the whole
Oh,
network.
my
You can install
goodness.
everything. I'm like,
In the new library,
in the
yes.
new library, and I'm like, okay, we can take the challenge, you know. And so that was a lot of the good learning points for that. It was
Yeah.
successful. We had four guys that worked for us at that point. We designed it all in house. Even the contractor told us, like, you know, made some comments and stuff like, oh, y'all are doing really well now. So that was really a good, you know, feedback for us, criticism.
Oh, yeah,
You know, hey, that we were doing something on the right path. You know, but we learned some stuff. We've also done other buildings, which have always been challenges, but we've overcome them. We just take it piece at a time.
Yeah.
You know, and then just, you know, do the best we can. You know,
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
So.
That would be challenging.
yeah.
Tackling a new piece of hardware without having any previous yeah,
learnings.
and hoping that you do it right.
Yeah,
Don't spend
exactly,
too much money.
no, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of challenges that we've met, but every one of those has built us, you know, and we
Oh,
see
yeah.
the opportunities to grow and learn, and you know, we take those projects and when we find out, okay, what could we do better?
Sure.
What could we, you know, how could we, you know, improve on this?
Of course.
So next time a project that comes up, we implement that and
Yeah.
do a good job with it.
I
And we
love it.
teamwork with all other divisions in the city, the electric department, water department. They've always helped with their tools and resources that sometimes
Yeah.
that we don't have. You know, whether it's digging a ditch for the cable.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know, so they dig the ditch and we run the cable.
Yeah.
And so it's teamwork, and
Yeah.
so that's what I like about the city too as well. That we really work as a team. You know, and we have very special, talented employees here at the city. So
And everybody likes to help each other out,
Yes,
which is,
yes.
is really wonderful.
it's really good, you
What
know.
kind of goals for like the next 3, 5, 10 years? What are you looking at?
So within the city, we are trying to build more structure, protocols, disaster recovery plans. You know, a lot of
yes.
some of the stuff that really gets kind of pushed in the back burner, but that's real necessary nowadays because when, you know, everything goes to worse, it's like, what do we do?
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we have a plan for this, so we
Exactly.
put it into motion.
And this year has really been a test,
yes,
right?
with the winterstorm, the hailstorm, thunderstorms, everything, anything
Yeah.
in between. So it's really been a challenge. One of the things too is we're trying to do fiber to fiber for all our offices.
Oh, nice.
Right now we kind of do over the air, and
Sure.
it's, you know, it's spotty and sometimes, and you don't just get that best connection. But we're working on a project for fiber to fiber.
Nice.
So we got great stuff planned for the city. One of the kiosks too.
Yes.
Coming up for.
I have been kind of eyeballing that.
Yeah, so we're trying to get that off the ground, so running, so that way people who work, you know, say in San Antonio, they don't get to Hondo till like 7 or 8. They can go to this kiosk and make their payment.
Yeah.
And get a receipt.
Yeah, a kiosk right outside of City Hall where you normally pay your utility bill.
Yeah.
There will be a kiosk there where you can do it after hours, on the weekend.
24/7,
Yeah.
Perfect, yeah. And, you know, sometimes, because right now we do have that option, but it's just a drop box.
Yes.
So you don't really, like, get to there.
Yeah, I know. There's always that scary moment.
Scary moment,
You know, I always call on Monday or whatever. Did you get mine? I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
And we've seen some people, you know, they don't even put their money in an envelope. They'll wrap it like in a rubber band.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then drop it in, and it's like, well, who's paying it? Who does this belong
Somebody
to?
just gave us money. That was so kind.
So, you know, so it's a benefit for the city.
Yeah, and especially for the community.
Yes.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
helping out,
That's wonderful. So tell me a little bit about Josh when he's not working for the city.
When I'm not working for the city, I am very involved in my church with other churches in the music ministry. So I help play in other churches and, you know, people that I know around the area, all the way up to Kyle to Austin. And
Oh, wow.
goes, you know,
Yeah,
so
you're all over the place.
I'm all over the place, yeah. So,
I love it.
Yeah.
What, are you a gamer?
Unfortunately,
really?
no.
I just, you know, I always think that
Sometimes,
IT
you know, yeah,
guys are going to be
IT guys,
gamers too for some
I'm
reason.
one of those different kind of IT guys.
Yeah.
actually,
When you are done with work, you want to walk away from it a little bit.
walk away from his computer screen and just
Go work the other side of your brain.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
creatively.
Really.
I love it. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for hanging out with me
No, you're
today,
welcome.
Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us, spending your lunchtime with us. It has been a pleasure to get to know Josh Rodriguez a little bit. I hope you have a great day. We will see you next month on Get to Know Hondo.